Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services. This is a video on daily news and editorial analysis, which I'll be covering from the Hindu and Indian Express. So the most important news and editorial would be discussed in this session. Additionally, I'll be supplementing the news with some important information that can help in prelims and mains examination. So let's get started with the topic first. Today is 12th of September. The first topic is LCA-Mk2 to roll out by next year. Second, NCLT and ITAT to get its new member after the Supreme Court intervention. The government has finally made the appointment. Third, nursing syllabus get a major revamp. This is something to boost the complete structure and revamping the complete nursery curriculum, right? So nursing curriculum में जो चीज़ों की ज़रूरत थी, they have been incorporated. Now, second last is Iran to allow nuclear surveillance. And the last is an Atmanirbhar challenge, right? So this is from the Indian Express. This is the editorial for the day. Apart from this, at the end of this video, there would be some MCQ based questions. These should be based on current affairs that will help you in the upcoming prelims examination. So without any further delay, let's get started. And those of you who are new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. If you like this video, do not forget to give a thumbs up. So the first news of the day, that is LCA-Mk2 to roll out by the next year. This is something which is important for your general studies paper 2, government policies and intervention for the development of various sectors. You'll understand the news and possibly how this can be important when if you're writing an essay or if you're attending any sort of security related questions, there you can incorporate these points. So India is expected to see the launch of light combat aircraft. This is Mk2 variant by the next year, and the timeline which was given by the government is August 2022. So you can see this is light combat aircraft Mk2. While Tejas Mk2 is also called as 4.5 generation, or jo AMCA, this is called 5th generation fighter jet aircraft program of India. Now we have multiple variant of Tejas, right? There are 4 important variants that you must know. First is called Tejas Trainer. This is a 2-seater operational conversation जहाँ पे training के लिए basically these are being used for the force pilots, Air Force pilots के लिए. उसके बाद जो दूसरी variant है that is LCA Navy, right? This is a twin and single seater which is capable and mostly used by the Indian Navy. Third is LCA Tejas Navy Mk2, which we're talking about. This is a phase 2 of the LCA Navy variant, and the other is LCA Tejas Mk1A. So this is an improvement over the previous one, that is LCA Tejas Mk1 with a higher thrust of the engine. So these are the other 4 variants that still operating in India. I mean, these sorts are actually being operationalized in India. Now, the induction of Mk2 would definitely enhance the level of quality we'll be using. So the aircraft feature enhance the range and endurance, right? जहाँ पे अगर बात की जाए onboarding oxygen generation systems की, this would be built in and integrated for the first time, right? And heavy weapons और जो class of scalp की बात करें, crystal maze, spice 2000, this would be integrated to the Mk2. So Mk2 is going to be the advanced version. Till date, this would be the most upgraded one. And LCA Mk2 would be a heavier as compared to the other one. जो current LCA variant है उससे थोड़ी heavier. Mk2 is 1350, that is 1350 millimeter longer feature of the canards and can carry a payloads of around 6500, right? So this is the capacity compared to the previous one that can only carry 3500. So you can say almost double the payload capacity, which would be improved in the LCA Mk2. Now there would be some private participation. So this call for triple P model. This is something which would be calling for more and more public-private participation. So the manufacturing and productions of aircraft would be done through the SPV. This is called a special purpose vehicle, which would have the participation from the private place, right? We have seen in the basically जो रफाल की डील हुई थी उसमें हमने देखा था डसॉल्ट और रिलायंस के बीच में कोलैबोरेशंस हुई है. That has a lot more another debatable issues. We're not getting into the detail of that. But just to tell you, private participations call for a quality that it can be improved, right? So simultaneously, the project is going to develop for a twin engine deck fighters, which will mean to fly Indian aircraft carrier, and also the process would be done so that the advanced level of technology can be upgraded to the Indian Navy. Now, NCLT and ITAT gets its new member. This is something which is important for your general studies paper 2. Under the topic, appointment to various constitutional posts, functions, responsibility of the various constitutional body. Whatever topic I mentioned here, that is completely taken from the UPSC syllabus, right? So you can check the syllabus also. No, do check it out, that particular topic is mentioned or not. So recently, central government ने appointment की है 31 people from the judicial, technical, accountant, member of the NCLT and ITAT, right? ये दो चीज़ों में appointment की गई थी. NCLT stand for National Company Law Tribunal and ITAT is Income Tax Appellate Tribunal. And I have also discussed this news previously where I have discussed regarding the Supreme Court intervention. तो ये डिसीजन क्यों आई है? क्योंकि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने इंटरवीन किया था. दे हैव फ्लैग्ड कंसर्न और उन्होंने कहा था, सुप्रीम कोर्ट हैज सेड दैट जो वैकेंसीज है और जिस तरह से डिले इन अपॉइंटमेंट हो रही है, दैट इज नॉट गुड. द गवर्नमेंट शुड एक्सपीडिएट द प्रोसेस एंड डू इट ऑन प्रायोरिटी बेसिस. दिस इज व्हाट द सुप्रीम कोर्ट हैज कैटेगोरिकली सेड. Now, Supreme Court ने जो remark दिया था, I'll just tell you what exactly they have stated, the bench of the Supreme Court. The appointment also come at the time when the Supreme Court has flagged concern saying that it is emasculating, right? So, emasculating is a term which is being used कि जहाँ पे आप उसके अस्तित्व को खत्म करने की कोशिश कर रहे हो. You are trying to undermine, right? So, this is what the Supreme Court had said by not appointing the ऑफिसर्स टू द क्वासी जुडिशियल बॉडी. सो मेक श्योर आप इन दोनों बॉडी के बारे में, नेशनल कंपनी लॉ ट्रिब्यूनल एंड IATA के बारे में थोड़ा पढ़ ले, बिकॉज अ पॉसिबल क्वेश्चन कैन बी framed in the prelims examination. Now there are around 250 posts which is lying. I have given you a PDF also, and I have given that slide also in how many tribunal, how many vacancies are vacant. So around 250 posts were vacant in the tribunal and appellate tribunal such as NCLT, DRT, TDST and SAT. So security and appellate tribunals, बहुत सारे इंडिया में ट्राइब्यूनल ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं, उसमें काफ़ी वैकेंसीज थी. दैट इज मोर सपोज टू बी फुलफिल्ड, बट फॉर टाइम बीइंग ये दो जो है ITAT और NCLT में वैकेंसीज को फुलफिल की गई. Now, nursing syllabus gets a major revamp. This is something which is important for general studies paper 2. Issues related to development and management of educations and human resources. So, Indian Nursing Council, this is a council which is interested with the complete curriculum of the nursing in India. So, इन्होंने revise किया है nursing के syllabus को, and BSc nursing program in the country is undergoing with a major overhaul after 1947. Right? Since 1947, there were no changes that was done in the courses. Right? So, इसको competency based curriculum बनाने की कोशिश की गई है. This is CBC, competency based curriculum. Now the changes that were basically made were under section 16 of the INC, that is Indian Nursing Council. उन्होंने अपने power को use करते हुए the level of quality the curriculum has been standardized, और nursing education in country would be getting a revamped curriculum. Now updated syllabus की बात करें, this would be implemented from January 2022. Possibly the government has set a target and Indian Nursing Council has set a target that they would be coming with a new revamped syllabus by 2022. और जो revised curriculum होगी वो उसमें standardizations की गई. It aims to bring uniformity in nursing education pan India, right? Across country जो भी curriculums हैं उसको implement की जाए, and we should have more competency based curriculums. Now, what's new in the syllabus? As I've told you, it would be competency based. तो यहाँ पे credit based semester adopt की जाएगी with a PET which would be emphasizing on acquiring the competency in each study. Medical ethics is something which is very important. Medical ethics को incorporate किया गया. If you're writing a question सपोज कोविड के बारे में अगर बात की जाती है, आपसे केस स्टडी में पूछा जाता है, यू आर अ मेडिकल सुपरिटेंडेंट, हाउ यूड गोना हैंडल दैट। सो आप बता सकते हैं कि अगर मेडिकल एथिक्स भी पहले से अगर हम ट्रेन करें भी अपने वर्कफोर्स को, सो दे कैन हैंडल इट प्रॉपरली, राइट। सो मेडिकल एथिक्स हैज़ बीन इनकॉर्पोरेटेड इन द न्यू करिकुलम एंड हैज़ बीन इंट्रोड्यूस्ड फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम इन द नर्सिंग के सिलेबस में। Also, forensic nursing and nursing informatics has been introduced in the syllabus. So these are the main changes that were made. Now, simulation based training, the new syllabus call for simulation based training, जो नई curriculum है वहाँ पे ट्रेनिंग दी जाएगी with the practical competence of the courses. Student will go in clinical area, एक compulsory training होगी जहाँ पे उनको laboratories के बारे में किस तरह से simulation से how they need to understand and adopt the methodology that would be given to them. Right? At the same time, also the gazette does not permit the admission for non-science background student to the BSc nursing. कोई भी ऐसे बच्चे जो साइंस के बैकग्राउंड के नहीं है, they would be not be liable and they will not be eligible to get admission into the nursing courses, right? And minimum qualifying marks for the class 12 or minimum entrance examination has been set by the 50%. So this is a minimum qualifying marks. And the university theory paper consists of 75 marks with a multiple choice question that has been added. So this is how the complete simulations of training would be conducted. Now, disability is ignored because the new system unfortunately has not revised the curriculum and does not include the disability right as well as disability जो competencies है उसको. If you see the rules, I mean the act, the right of person with disability act, ये mandate करती है inclusion of disability rights in higher education, but this was not being adopted. A factually important question for the prelims. And the curriculum also exclude gender expressions, identity components with transgender person, which act mandates to be included. So these two things are missing, right? So make sure आपसे अगर एग्जाम्स में प्रीलिम्स में क्वेश्चन फ्रेम किए तो आप उसको एलिमिनेट आराम से कर सकते हैं. Now, Iran to allow nuclear surveillance. This is something which is important for you too. Paper 2, GNS Studies Paper 2, effect of policies and politics for the developed and developing countries. So the government of Iran has recently allowed जो international inspectors होंगे IEA के उनको allow किया गया to install a new memory cards into the surveillance camera area in the sensitive nuclear site in Iran. Right? I will tell you which among the active sites are there. I will show you a map also the later part of the video. Now the announcement come after the Atomic Energy Organization officials of Iran, ये जो ईरान के ऑफिशियल थे उन्होंने डायरेक्टर जनरल ऑफ इंटरनेशनल एटॉमिक एनर्जी एजेंसी के साथ मीटिंग की एंड फाइनली they have come up with the conclusion to install the new memory card and new camera where they are suspected to be the sensitive nuclear sites. तेहरान में ये कहा गया, ईरान ने बेसिकली ये कहा they hold a recording of all sides negotiating the over the US and ईरान रिटर्निंग टू 2015 की जो न्यूक्लियर डील थी उसमें खास करके जो वेनम इंस्टॉल्ड कर दी गई थी that was not actually been given some good gestures. Now they are revamping it. They're completely calling that we would definitely come in, we would be cooperating with the IAEA. Meanwhile, Iran is now enriching the uranium amounts close to ever level to the weapon grade purity stockpile से अगर बात करें तो काफ़ी ज़्यादा ग्रो हुई है. That is a cause of concern also. Now you can see these are the 3 nuclear facilities that were allowed to operate. This is a previous one, but hopefully they would be continuing with this also. So these names are important. आपसे पूछा जा सकता है ये शहर कहाँ है, किस चीज़ से related है. So if any place that is in news, that become important for your current affairs question. So Natanz, this is one place, Ark and Fordo. So these are the 3 places where the Iran as a country has been allowed to operate with the nuclear sites, right? Now, if you see, Iran will only be able to enrich the uranium with a small percentage. Natural uranium की बात करें 0.72. Allowed in the deal would be low uranium, that is reactor grade. This is 3.67. Nuclear medicine isotope की अगर बात करें यहाँ पे 20% तक allowed की गई है और high enriched uranium जो weapon grade होती है that is 90%. Right? So this is a level and grade of uranium that is being utilized. Now the other is an editorial, a good editorial by Mr. Ashok Gulati and Ritika Joinaja. So that talks about an Atmanirbhar challenge. This basically talks about the oil palm and the new for policy that has come from the government. We'll see the detail of this. Although this is important for General Studies Paper 3, food processing and related industries in India, scope and its significance. This is from Indian Express. So, what are the issues under this editorial? There are 5 important subheads that I'll be discussing. First is import dependence for the oil, promoting oil palm, objective of the NMEOP, pricing formula and the bottom lines. So इस editorial में जो theme रखी गई है discussion जिस पे है that is national edible oil for the oil palm, right? क्या क्या road map होनी चाहिए, how government would be executing. The author has also, the editor has basically tried to make a point where they are praising the government for the decision, right? So recently central government ने अभी MSP बढ़ाई है for the rabi crop for the marketing season 2022-2023 और wheat की जो MSP है वो सिर्फ 2% तक बढ़ी है और जो rapeseed mustards हैं उनके MSP में 8.6% तक की बढ़ोतरी की गई है. The increase has up to 8.6%. So what this indicate that government is focusing more on edible oil other than the wheat. ऑलरेडी वीट की जो स्टॉक पाइल है इंडिया में काफ़ी ज़्यादा है. वीट एंड राइस दे आर गेटिंग रॉटन. आपने कई बार न्यूज़ में सुना होगा कि FCA के गोडाउन में ये सारी चीज़ें सड़ रही. बट देन ऑल्सो वी हैव अ फूड इनसिक्योरिटी प्रॉब्लम बिकॉज ऑफ द मिसमैनेजमेंट, राइट. बट फॉर टाइम भी जिस तरह से ऑयल सीड्स, मस्टर्ड ऑयल हो, जितने भी एसेंशियल्स ऑयल हैं, खास करके वैसे ऑयल्स जो कंज्यूमर गुड्स में यूज़ होते हैं, उनके प्राइजेस काफ़ी ज़्यादा बढ़े. तो गवर्नमेंट इज ट्राइंग कि वी शुड रिड्यूस द इम्पोर्ट एंड इंक्रीज द प्रोडक्शन इन India. So this is a right approach on one hand where we'll be bulling the stock of wheat and massive import of the edible oil would be reduced. So it's a long-term efforts. How we'll see how this progress over the time. Now import dependence कम करने के लिए efforts ली गई है. तो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने जो डिसाइड किया था अभी रिसेंटली 11,000 करोड़ रुपए की नेशनल एडिबल ऑयल मिशन फॉर ऑयल पाम. दिस इज इन शॉर्ट वी कॉल इट NEOM OP, right? This is a part of an आत्मनिर्भर भारत अभियान. एक बोल्ड स्टेप है जहाँ पे कोशिश की गई है कि जो डोमेस्टिक एडिबल ऑयल है उसके सप्लाईज को, जो इंपोर्ट है उसको डिक्रीज किया जाए और डोमेस्टिकली इसके प्रोडक्शंस को बढ़ाया जाए. सो वी वांट टू हैव एन आत्मनिर्भर in terms of oil productions. The fact is that 60% of the edible oil is being imported from other countries. You can see the number that is being imported. A huge, almost more than half of the edible oil that we are using is being imported from the other countries. And more than half of the palm oil is followed by, basically अगर इसके आप chronology देखें तो palm oil के बाद soybean oil और उसके बाद sunflower oil जो है इंडिया इंपोर्ट करती है. तो 3 oil is mostly used. First is palm oil, second is soybean oil and third is sunflower oil. और ये तीनों ऑयल को इंडिया इंपोर्ट करती है दूसरे कंट्री से. Now promoting oil palm, which government has already come up with the 11,000 crore rupees, right? So this is something which would be again very important. The government move to promote oil palm is a step towards the right direction, right? And it is although appreciated from the experts. And the only crop that can give 4 ton of the oil productivity per hectare under the good farm practices. तो इसकी benefits जो फार्मर को है वो भी काफ़ी अच्छी है. बिकॉज कुछ एक्सपर्ट्स ने, खास करके जो इन्वायरमेंटलिस्ट हैं, उन्होंने कंसर्न भी रेज की थी कि वहाँ के जो नेटिव जो क्रॉप्स हैं उनको हार्म करेगी. बट वी हैव टू सी ऑन अदर लेवल ऑफ दैट पार्ट बिकॉज सी वी कैन नॉट काउंटर दैट. वी हैव टू टेक दैट इनटू कंसिडरेशन ऑल्सो. जो उसके इन्वायरमेंटल कॉन्सिक्वेंसेज हैं वो भी हमें देख के चलने हैं, राइट. आई हैव डिस्कस दैट ऑल्सो ऑन आर अदर पार्ट ऑफ द, बेसिकली ऑन द अदर एनालिसिस जो उस दिन मैंने डिस्कस किया आपके साथ. Now the National Reassessment Committee, they have identified 28 lakh hectare of suitable area for the oil palm cultivation in the country. और ये जो 28 lakh hectares हैं उसमें कुछ specific areas को identify की गई है. And that area is basically northeastern states that include Assam, आंध्र प्रदेश एंड तेलंगाना. सो ये कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेट्स हैं जहाँ पे 6.5 हेक्टेयर तक प्रोडक्शन की जा सकती है बाय 2025-2026, right? And the government hopes to cover an area of 1 million hectare under the oil palm. Gradually, they would be increasing it also. So achieving the self-sufficiency in edible oil production would be very important, and it would be adding almost about 45 million hectare with the under oilseed cultivations. Now NEMOP की बात करें जो oilseed productions हैं that intend to the focus of productivity and area expansion to the supporting farmers. The income of the farmer would also would also be increased, and they would have huge margin so that they can substantially increase their overall income without having a middleman. So the comprehensive assistance package जो है that is incentive for the industries also, for agriculturists also, एंड एडिबल ऑयल की जो प्रोडक्शन है ग्लोबली कम्पिटिटिव मैनर पे आ जाएगी, और खास करके जो हमारी इंपोर्ट की बिल है, जो इंपोर्ट की जो डिपेंडेंस है वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा कम हो गई अगर इंडिया में वी हैव सक्सेसफुली अचीव दिस टारगेट बाय 2024 और 2025. प्राइसिंग फार्मूला की अगर बात करें, क्रिटिकल एलिमेंट है प्राइसिंग, बिकॉज वी नो दिस इज बीइंग कैलकुलेटेड ऑन प्राइजेस में डन ऑन द फार्मूला फ्रेश फ्रूट ब्रांचेस. एफएफपी पे ऑयल पाम की भी खास करके कैलकुलेशंस की जाती है, और इवन देयर इज नो एमएसपी एज ऑफ नाउ, राइट. एमएसपी कुछ भी नहीं है, जो ऑयल सीड्स हैं उन पे थोड़ी बहुत है, बट FPV for the farmer would be fixing at 14.3%. एक एवरेज जो CPO होती है, जो क्रूड खास करके जो ऑयल प्रोडक्शंस हैं उसके जो 5 ईयर के जो ओवरऑल प्रोडक्शंस रहे हैं उसके हिसाब से होलसेल प्राइस इंडेक्स पे कैलकुलेशंस की जाती है, राइट. सो दिस वुड बी फिक्स्ड अराउंड 14.3%. दिस इज एन एस्टिमेशंस, and there is almost critical part of pricing policy which formula needs to be carefully calibrated. So in this basically the editor want to say in this editorial that we need to fix a pricing policy which would also define a roadmap. अगर pricing policy अच्छी हुई तो वो motivate करेगी farmers को to produce more and more oil seeds rather than producing only wheats and rice. बॉटम लाइन की अगर बात करें, एक रिपोर्ट है 2012 की दैट इज ऑयल पाम प्राइसिंग ग्रोथ एफिशिएंसी इन इक्विटी. यहाँ पे कमीशन फॉर एग्रीकल्चर कॉस्ट जो CACP है, उन्होंने कहा था कि उन्होंने रिकमेंड किया कि देयर शुड बी एन इम्पोर्ट ड्यूटी विच ट्रिगर अराउंड $800 टन, राइट. और इफ इम्पोर्ट फॉल बिलो दिस the import tariff needs to go up in the counter cyclic manner. This is what the CACP has to say. Thus, जो import duty है needs to be shrink with the rational domestic price policy. ऐसा नहीं है कि हमने domestically किया और farmers को उतना प्राइस नहीं दे रहे, because ultimately we are paying to the other people, foreign countries. तो क्यों ना उसको हम इंडिया में ही चैनलाइज कर सकें और जो एक्चुअल प्रॉफिट्स है फार्मर को दे पाए. So it would be a necessary conditions to fill up the आत्मनिर्भर एडिबल ऑयल्स जो गवर्नमेंट की टारगेट है उसको चेज करने में, उसको अचीव करने में वी नीड अ गुड डायरेक्शन, गुड इम्प्लीमेंटेशन एंड गुड पॉलिसी दैट वुड हेल्प फार्मर एज वेल एज सिटीजन ऑफ दिस country. So this is how the bottom line can be concluded. Now coming to the MCQ questions of the day. Before I proceed, just to tell you the answers of yesterday questions. For Saturday question, for the both question, the correct option is C. So do check it out what you have marked as a correct option. Now today's MCQ, that is World Sustainable Development Summit. It is an annual flagship summit organized by Greenpeace. The theme of the summit is redefining our common future, safe environment for all. So if you know the correct answer, you can make an intelligence guessing also. Guesswork should be intelligent so that it can help you, that evolving of idea can help you in the real examinations. So do check it out what is the correct answer and write that in the comment section down below. Now Shramik Shakti Manch, this is a dynamic job mapping skill for Shramik MSME and other industries across the country, and the portal uses the algorithm artificial intelligence and provides skill training program for all Shramiks, right? So you have to answer the questions with the options given below A, B, C, D and mark your answer in the comment section. So this was all about the daily news and editorial analysis followed by the MCQ questions. If you have any other concern, do let me know. I'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Wish you all the best. Thank you so much for listening.